Hello, everyone. It is not easy being the youngest and the baby in the family. Excuse me, I misspoke there. It is very easy being the youngest and the baby in the family. And it was no different for Brendan. Just kidding. Just kidding, Mom. To say Brendan hasn't had an easy ride would be wildly inaccurate. Brendan has embraced a life of hard work, pursuing his ambitions to lead others and to learn along the way. Brendan is currently the president of the student body at Northern Highlands after a successful 2014 campaign, and has represented his student body very well by bringing the outrageously popular buffalo chicken pizza back to the menu, and also bringing car sandwiches to the students at the holiday hoopla. After school, he is an active member of the debate team, a starting defender on the lacrosse team, and a defender on the varsity soccer team. Brendan has continued to challenge himself academically, taking a total of 8 AP courses, 13 honors classes, and is now becoming an Eagle Scout. For over a century, the Boy Scouts of America has prided itself on helping to build the future leaders of this country. I believe that they have succeeded once again with Brendan. Amherst College is a very lucky place to have Brendan in the fall, and he will continue to lead and to learn, building upon the values instilled in him as an Eagle Scout. So again, it is not easy being the youngest of 3 brothers. So Brendan, you really do make us proud of all your hard work and accomplishments, and we look forward to your future ones. Congratulations.
If anyone here saw Brendan's Ice Bucket Challenge video, which involved him dancing shirtless to the song Maniac, recreating a scene from Flashdance, you know that this is a guy who is not easily embarrassed. I will try my best, however. After all, what are big brothers for, if not for poking fun at a little brother in a public forum under the pretense of celebrating a significant accomplishment of his? Pat and I have been trying to find ways to give Brendan a hard time for years, but as it turns out, there's not all that much material. He succeeds at nearly everything he attempts, and yet is the first to point out his own shortcomings. He treats everyone with respect, yet has patience when others are disrespectful. And to top it off, he's the peacemaker of our family. It's extremely frustrating. We nicknamed Brendan the Angel, and started describing his every action as angelic, since it seemed he could do no wrong. When Brendan asked my mom for $20 to see a movie, she famously remarked how sweet it was that Brendan didn't ask for more money. So Pat and I have taken the few chances we've had to give Brendan a hard time, which usually involves his being the youngest in the family. For example, at church, when the pastor asked for all the elementary school children to head to a separate room to hear a simplified version of the gospel, we always enthusiastically encourage Brendan to join. He just laughs. When I was in college, I wrote a thesis on ethics, which is the practice of determining how we ought to live our lives. Different people have different ideas about the answer here. But I came away from my studies with a few guiding principles, the first of which was mentioned as the overarching Boy Scout message, treating people well and with respect. The second one is to work hard, and the third is to not take yourself too seriously. I already mentioned Brendan's capacity for respect, and he certainly qualifies here. It's also very clear that he is driven and works hard. You don't get A's in AP courses, become a multiple sport varsity athlete and award winner, become the president of the school, get into Amherst College, and become an Eagle Scout by lounging around watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. To be successful, but not take yourself too seriously, is in my view the hardest of all. Don't we all know a few people, at least a few people, who we wish were a little bit more modest? Yet Brendan excels at this the most. The other day when I asked Brendan who he wanted to ask to prom, his senior prom, he said that he hadn't thought too much about it, but he felt comfortable with his backup plan. Creating an elaborate costume based on the movie Transformers and calling himself Optimus Prom. Even when set up with an opportunity to boast about his prospects, Brendan chooses to make a joke about himself. I know I can't say I make that same choice on a regular basis. It's not easy to live a life in complete adherence to those three principles. I certainly have a lot of room for improvement. As I think about the ways in which I can improve myself in this new year and going forward, I hope that I can grow up to be like Brendan.
Thank you for your fine presentation.